Hey, welcome back to the stream. Hello, Citrian. Welcome, Konyo. Yes, Konyo, that are Windows sounds playing. I'm really sorry. Default Windows sounds ruining the pre-stream. How's it going? How are you doing in the chat? How was your weekend, by the way? And by the way, I'm still drinking tea tonight. Oh yeah, Konyo, I saw that you were streaming as well, so I thought maybe I'd just stop by, have a quick look at your stream. How's your render system coming along? Hey Feifei, welcome back. How are you tonight? So, this stream is about our enemy spawning algorithm. And this week we're gonna rework that a little bit. And we have a little bit of, just new requirements actually we discussed today. And there's one more thing that we need to revisit, but not in this stream, because I just, before starting the stream, I started the game and Unity crashed because of our laser fence issue that we still have somehow. So this is still a schedule thing, I don't know. So for this stream I'll just quickly disable the laser fences. So let's go in there with the laser fence. Basically it's still inside this schedule stuff here. To do fixed laser fence schedule issues. So if I run the game now, it should be working. Konyo, it's coming along, we're fixing bugs and it should work. That's what I always say, it should work. And then it doesn't. But I hope it does for you. Looking forward when you can show something of your game. Yes, I think Citrian was actually talking about the video on demand thing on Twitch, where there's a checkbox where you can enable Twitch to save all those recordings for at least 2 weeks. Welcome back, Sephazo. How is it going? Alright, let's start the game. And it takes a while to start. Sapphire Soul can use the Rare by Idea emote now, because he's a subscriber. Sapphire Soul's hungry, trying to decide if I should order Asian pizza or Pfandelbaus. That's okay. Well, if you can't decide, it's gonna be a pretty huge dinner, I guess. So okay, the games. Okay, this is. Hang on. There's still a lot of stuff going on here. And we should actually load the game itself, not the lab. So, game. I think we can use shoutout. Yeah, actually, unfortunately, I don't speak Italian. I mean, I can at least understand a couple words, but apart from that, I was not really able to follow your stream. So, alright. Dungeon runtime game should be fine. I need to check if the AI companion is in that scene or not. No problem if you can't understand. Yeah, I can just read your code. What do you mean? Should be enough to see stuff happening. Audio. Okay. At least we got it working now. And we can... I mean, there's something else that does not really work, but according to those logs here, as long as there is science, because we are all streaming in the science and technology category now on Twitch. I think that's what you're talking about, Feifei, right? So let's see. Okay, the AI got stuck here at this point. We already know that problem, but I actually just wanted to see if the game is running at all, and it does. So that's a good thing. And check. Yeah, Feifei. I actually about the Twitch thingy, I actually used more tags, or I tried to use more tags. I don't. There's actually. Let me just quickly check. So I selected category science and technology, but then I added the tags for game development. And somehow this page here is still in German. I don't know. Luckily you can't see that right now. And it automatically adds English as a tag and game development. But that's all I can do actually. Well, alright, let's take a look at what we discussed today. This is already the ticket we want to work on. So no indie dev tag or something similar. Well, let's actually a good thing. There is no indie stuff there. There's what's the other thing you suggested? There's not programming, there is software development. So I'll probably add that as well, because it's kind of true. But apart from that, I could use engineering, but it's not really rocket science. I don't know. There's there's all the different kind of things like cooking and I don't know, cross stitch, for example. Drones. Family friendly. Are we family friendly here? No. Maybe. Alcohol. Is this really a category? No. But reading aloud is a category, by the way. So basically I'm just reading my own code, and probably that could count as reading aloud. Is there also like complaining a lot? No, it's no category. Sorry. Really? I don't I actually just looked it up, and this is not a tag. At least not something that is in the auto list. And I think it's only those are allowed. It's really a tag. Okay. We're not gonna do that unless we really start doing that thing. I mean, alcohol distillation. Okay. We're coming back to our enemy spawning, and I just wanted to read aloud what this is about. And so at the moment, our current enemy spawning system works in a way that we have enemy spawn points inside those tiles that we generate, and then we have dungeon settings versus dungeon settings. For example, dungeon settings desert outside is what we use for the desert level here, and there is allowed enemy types there. So allowed enemy types: shooter, kamikaze, walker, slime. And if the generation then finds a spawn point, it randomly assigns one of those enemy types there. And this is going to be changed. So what we want to introduce is having spawn categories that are globally defined. So you could say this is a... You could have a spawn point that has a spawn category. For example, a spawn category is, I don't know, desert enemy or something. We're almost at stream 1 to 3. Oh yeah, this is gonna happen this week. By the way, I don't know if you've all seen that, but we have the stream schedule updated. So if you take a look down below, there is a widget where all those stream start times are listed now. And so it's gonna be today, this already started. Ah yeah, there should be a schedule command, right? And there is not. No! I'm gonna add that. Well, today already started, obviously. Tomorrow at the same time, so 8:30. And no stream on Wednesday, but Thursday is gonna be a bit of a special stream, because we will have a special guest on the stream. Bad Logic Games, aka Mario, is joining, and I'll be doing a programming stream, but he'll be shouting at me like he already did in the chat. But we decided to do this in real life and like have a programmer kind of battle or discussion on stream. So that's gonna be happening on Thursday. And there is a stream on Friday as well, where Dance in Line is going to tweak some stuff and do some balancing and game design related things. So that's the schedule for this week. Really try to have an updated schedule for each week, at least at the beginning of the week. So yeah, at least 1 week. Yeah, we can plan ahead at least 1 week. And I'm totally gonna be adding the schedule command so sometime soon, Konyo. We'll see. Okay, let's get back to enemy spawning. So as I said before, spawn categories are defined globally. That means we would probably implement an enum for that. And for every spawn category, the count is defined globally. Content is defined globally. List of enemy prefabs. Well, that means globally in this case means dungeon settings. And spawn categories are defined globally. No, in this case it's code. Yeah, as I said, spawn points will have a spawn category setting, and after the level has been generated, for each spawn category an amount of spawn category count enemies is spawned. Spawn point is randomly picked from those that are set to the spawn category. Enemy prefab is randomly picked from spawn category content list. Yes. Actually, that's the enemy type in a way, not the prefab itself. If there are not enough spawn points to support a defined spawn category account, an error message is thrown. Okay. And I still have to drink tea to like not lose my voice. Alright. And as always, if there are any questions, please ask them in the chat. Yes, Citron, it's tea. It's tea, like totally early access. Hello, Joey Prink, welcome back. How are you doing tonight? How is it going? Sup? 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 Well, good thing that you mentioned the 24-hour stream. Well, not really a 24-hour stream, but we have something coming up Wednesday next week, actually, because Wednesday next week is gonna be our 12-year anniversary as a company, and we are doing something special on stream on this day. So I'll probably announce something very soon, but there's gonna be something. Yes, 12 years already. Next question could be, what have you been doing all those years? Partey. Sapphire Soul, yes. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna do something unusual. Maybe something funny. Maybe something silly. Let's see. Alright, let me take a look at our spawn points. Enemy spawn point, I think that's the one. And enemy type. And we are going to remove enemy type from that spawn point. And this is gonna break everything. Okay, so there's already these enemy types in here. Gonna add enemy category now. Enemy categories. Oh, come on. Why are you so slow? I'm the one who should be slow, not Visual Studio. Enemy category. I love how it's still Shoot the Playground. Yes, it is. I could go in here and just change it, and the rename will update 612 references in 453 files. Now that sounds like something you would do on on the day of release, right? Yeah, I think it's gonna just stay that way forever. So, I'll just say there's a small those desert open area, for example, desert, I don't know, that desert mini boss. This is just something I need for testing, because this is actually something Dancing Lion, our game designer, will then he will be working on that and add categories that really make sense. So here, enemy category, okay, enemy category, we're gonna do it just like we did with enemy type. I'm actually a bit slow today. No real break since last week. And enemy category equals value, and game object name, it's gotta be enemy category to string. Alright, is there a validate? Yes, enemy category. Brennan, I'm cool, welcome to the stream. I swear if my programming teacher doesn't let me use my JavaScript calculator as my project instead of a stupid programming basic. He mad. What? So you have to write something in BASIC. Okay, why? Okay, this is enemy type. Something we need to rework as well. That's a high school programming class, okay. And your teacher wants all of you to write BASIC, or to learn BASIC. I'm gonna be evil and say you shouldn't limit yourself to a specific language. Language is just a tool. Pineapple Seller, welcome back, by the way. How are you doing? I'm mad. I made a stupid code that is telling me 2 + 2 is 0. Well, you know, that's the thing with programming. You can basically just tell the thing to do anything you want. Brandon, really? It technically counts as a credit for foreign language? So you don't need Spanish to graduate? Really? Oh, what? Just... If someone had told me back in the day, like, you need a couple languages to graduate, I would have said, yeah, why not BASIC, C++, C, Java, whatever. Some C#, JavaScript, Python, Ruby. Yeah, but Ruby is something for tomorrow. Okay, that was a very bad joke. But you know, you gotta keep it rolling like the Stones. Okay, so this is something where we actually need to spawn an enemy. We still need that enemy type, but we don't want it here in the inspector. Count is defined globally, content is defined globally. Okay. So the thing is, we actually need an enemy type. We still need an enemy type to be assigned here. So that means I'm gonna move this here. Just gonna say enemy category to string. So that should work. Well, but by the way, speaking of programming languages back in school, I actually remember, because this is like a long time ago for me. I actually remember that we started learning very basic stuff, not in BASIC but in Turbo Pascal. And after like the second lesson or so, the knowledge of our teacher was actually kind of exhausted. So there was nothing more he could actually tell us, or yeah, just it was just a very basic stuff. And then everyone like moved on to do stupid things in Microsoft Office, and I actually asked him if I could continue to code, and he said yes. And I actually worked on, so I have no idea what I worked on, but it was more and more complicated stuff, while all the others had to do like boring Microsoft Office stuff. And I basically had all those lessons, or during all those lessons I could do whatever I wanted, which was very nice. Brennan, Lua is where I started as a good first language for basics of programming, but it's because of a lot of small things that Lua does that others don't. Like in Lua, all arrays start at 1, not 0. Semicolons, line endings aren't needed. They have brackets. Stuff will completely break the script. Well, well, that is actually the discussion. Whether, yeah, this is just a discussion about the syntax of language. I mean, I think it's a good thing to have a language that it's not that complicated in terms of how the syntax is. So you can actually concentrate on, or focus on, learning how to solve a specific problem. But in the end, the language should not limit you in any way. And of course, there are some things where the language itself has a limit. Yes, that's true. But after all, it's just a tool. And if it requires semicolons or brackets or anything, yeah, you have to stick with that. But I agree, to have, like, to start out, it's a better idea to have a simple syntax. Okay, enemy type. So there is our enemy manager here. Alright, and this is the code that uses allowed enemy types. Okay, we need to remove that. We need to remove that because we don't want allowed enemy types in the settings here. We actually want this. We just want to define a spawn category that is allowed inside the dungeon, and we want the count, and then we want the content is defined globally, list of enemy prefabs. That could also mean, let me think about that, either this is spawn points have a spawn, okay, yeah, that's that. Well, we could do it in a way that we have enemy category. No, actually we need something else, because we need enemy category and we need enemy category, and then we need the count for that. So that's gonna be some kind of a subclass, and we need to define come on. I think this is gonna be in the enemy manager, because the enemy manager has a list of spawnable enemies. And I'm gonna make this very easy. Okay. Spawnable enemies, enemy types. Okay, there's an internal dictionary that maps enemy type to character enemy. And maps that list. Okay, just to, which is fine. Okay. so we actually need something that we kind of serialize in Unity, which means we kind of need enemy, some kind of an enemy category mapping, actually. Let's call it mapping. And yeah, come on, Visual Studio, you can do it. And this is, we'll only have enemy category here, and a list of character enemy. The enemies. And they're gonna make this serializable. Okay. Okay, we can actually keep the enemy types here, but we're gonna add. We're gonna replace this. So this is actually then a list of enemy category mapping, spawnable enemies. And enemy types. Okay, this is the list of enemies in that. Yeah, we actually need to do this. Enemy types is a new dictionary, and then we need to go through all the enemy category mapping. How is it called here? Did I spawnable enemies? And there's the category and there's the enemies. Yes. And also through all enemies without the typo, item enemies. Brennan, my programming teacher will hand out an assignment and be like, this is a 2-day assignment, it's just copying some code that's missing one if statement, and you just have to figure out where the if statement goes, which is easy as hell. Well, there's a question for you. So apparently it's easy as hell for you, but is it easy for everyone in the class? Because if you know, there's always like it's different. Some people will find it easy, and some other will probably take a longer time. And that's kind of the dilemma a teacher has. But in my opinion, a teacher should really support the whole learning process, and if someone is faster at doing that, maybe there's some optional stuff that can be given as an assignment. And of course there should be like a limit, like a minimum level what everyone in the class should be capable of. But I kind of know that if I don't know if this is the same situation, but this sounds a bit like what I described before, like that some in the class would get a little bit bored because things are just too easy, whereas maybe others are still having problems with that stuff. So oh, no, it's just actually we only need enemy is enemy type is this enemy. Now this is only needed for the spawning itself, so it doesn't matter if an enemy is in multiple categories here. Okay, Dietmar, coffee. I'm really sorry to tell you this, but you see that? It's actually coffee. I got a little, you know, a little puppet in here, and it's not tea. No, of course it's tea. It is tea. Brennan, there's like 5 people that actually do the work, and those people got it done fast. The rest of the people don't care and say, when will I ever need this in my life? And I'm just like, when you want to have a good chance to get a good job, because there will always be demand for programmers unless electronics get wiped out. Yeah, that's that's kind of true. But it's not like that programming or software engineering is for everyone. Bad Logic Games, welcome, welcome. Is your stream already over? Yeah, you should totally, you should have rated us here. Next time, and then we're gonna rate you back. Okay. So what is going on here in this? Whoever wrote that debug code, I have no idea what's going on here. Yeah, that's a lot of red lines. I really like them. I also like that this is kind of this looks like chaos, because it is. Sub needs a new screen to display more of our streams simultaneously. Okay, what's going on here? Spawnable enemies. What the... min kill durations, what the hell is even going on here? Is this old debug stuff? What? Kill all. Or not. No, I'm just gonna... just gonna remove this for now. I don't need it. This is some debug stuff that's probably not even used anymore. Almost spirit code this. Maybe we could blame. Okay. Sad trombone. Where is he, by the way? Saw him in your stream before. Maybe he's now infected with your JavaScript stuff and CSS. What is it called? CSS? Cascading style shit? Oh, sheet? Whoopsie cat. Okay. So that now means that the enemy manager should still work, hopefully. We have an enemy category mapping here. Let's go back and see what we have in the inspector. By the way, Bad Logic Games, I saw that you followed this channel and we haven't played it on stream because this was like 2 days ago, so here it is. We just pretend this just happened. Oh, Bad Logic Games is now following. Thank you very much. Brennan. Yeah. This is it's not C#, it's all Counter-Strike. And thanks for following, Brennan. Yeah, bad logic. You seen the left shark? This is even better if you subscribe. I'm just tricking you into. Oh, I just yeah, if I sure you're a shark right now, because I'm gonna just borrow your sweet Twitch money and you're gonna be the lone shark. Yeah, there's so many things going on Twitch. I don't even know half of them. All the memes. You know, I'm just an old, grumpy kind of coder. Have my energy and money. Well, wait, both? So, what is happening here? Enemy category, desert, small enemies. Okay. We can remove this and just add desert, small, and enemies. Is there? Where are all those enemies? Enemy manager. I'm gonna lock that. Enemy healer, move in. Homing shooter, okay. Enemy shooter, probably this one. Spitter, slime small, slime, I don't know. And then have another category. Desert, I don't know, mini boss. Mini boss. Phase shifter. And oh, where is the homing shooter? Okay. Old Grumpy Coder is my job title. Yeah, I did not want to steal that from you because, and I said old or not? No, I said grumpy old kind of coder because you are a real coder and I just code. Brennan, I was memeing before memes were cool. Yeah, back in the days we had funny things too, and those were not called memes or something. Okay, spawnable enemies, blah blah blah. Fine. Alright, next up, let's go back. How many of you in the chat know all the Twitch emotes that they're available here? I can proudly say that I know 1%. Okay. So, spawned enemies should be okay now. Now we need something for our dungeon settings. So we have spawn categories defined globally. Inkogo is back and knows everything. And Brennan also knows some of those emotes. And it's gonna explain everything to us in the very same order. Just paste it into the chat. Or maybe not. Okay. So for a spawn category, count is defined globally. Count is defined global list of. Yeah, that is actually something in the dungeon settings. Code and system security. Hello, welcome, welcome. Brandon, yeah, I could post them all as well, but it does not mean that I know anything about those emotes. So what we need in the dungeon settings is something where we can say, okay, we want this kind of enemy category and that many enemies. So I'm gonna kick out allowed enemy types and dungeon settings. Okay. It's gonna be refactored probably afterwards, but doesn't matter. Okay, we only need enemy category, and we need count. Yeah. I'm going for your first place in Kobo. But better watch more streams, yes. Watching streams all the time, not getting anything. I mean, not getting anything and not getting anything done. In a way. There is so much to learn. Okay, so back to dungeon settings. Am I still first place in Kogo? You mean our leaderboard? So there's gonna be a list of this enemy counts. And this means we have... No, this means we wait again because Unity compiles, and we need to fix this error here, allowed enemy types. And there's probably something broken now. Oh, thanks for cheering, Brandon. Connie has gotta go. A really hard day tomorrow. Well, good luck then. 6 AM to 8 PM, all's cool. Good luck. Have a good night. Okay, this is generate spawn points. This is something we need to fix anyway. So I'm just gonna remove this for now. And so this is the main path of the dungeon. Okay. Alright, dungeon settings, it's fine. No, not going back to OBS. Okay, let's see. Still got some tea here. Alright. By the way, if someone new, someone is new to this game, or Seeds of Soul, or the chat, here is short gameplay teaser or footage of the game, if you haven't seen that. Because I think this is gonna take a while until I fix this part of the game so that it works again. Pineapple Seller, fix the code. Now 2 plus 2 is equals 4. It could equal 5 for very large numbers of 2. Sapphire Soul, no, there's no Steam key for you. Okay, where is the dungeon settings? Need to unlock that. Okay, and I might have forgotten that we need enemy count to be serializable to make this work. Go back. Pineapple Cell, just playing with player prefs is hard to save stuff. Yeah, actually, I wouldn't recommend to use player prefs at all. It's kind of like this. Player prefs were there from, like, I don't know, the first version of Unity, and they're actually pretty bad and slow as hell. It's better to have some other method to save stuff, not player prefs. Yeah, there's actually a Citroen that's right, it's not secure in a way, but if you do this yourself, you have to encrypt it manually. There is actually something called encrypted player prefs on the asset store, but it's the same problem. It would just basically encrypt strings and save it to player prefs, which means saving it to the registry on Windows, and it's slow as hell. So better idea is to do this by yourself and just write to application data path. So that it actually writes to the user's profile. Enemy counts, yes. Let's do open area now. Desert mini boss. Ten of those, 2 of those. The learning curve is hard. So the easiest way would just serialize to JSON and write that to disk as a first step. Of course, it will not be encrypted, but that's something you can just add. Of course, depending on what kind of encryption you want. Okay. So I'm kind of distracted today, I have to admit, in a way. It has been a long day, and the last week was a bit stressful with going to the conference in Prague and traveling and not resting. So let me quickly check. Okay. Level has been generated for each spawned category and amount of spawned category count enemies is spawned. So that means it will just assign from the dungeon settings. Yeah. Pineapple Seller, yes. Datapath file extension, or yeah, there's. You should find some good tutorials on that. The very basic thing is to just use Unity's integrated JSON serializer for that, and then just use, yeah, pretty much standard I/O of C# to read and write those files. So you can basically just do something like let me go somewhere like file, which is system.io, read all text, and this is your path, and then say JSON utility from JSON text, and type, and there should be, yeah, just look it up. It's very easy. Seems more reasonable. No, reasonable. Razor-enable, like bleeding edge technology. Yeah, just look it up. It's actually fairly easy to do that. Okay, enemy spawn points. My English is shit. Yeah, well, let's talk about mine. But I have, I have the excuse that it's not my. I'm not a native speaker, so it's gotta be shitty. And I could always say something like, get to the chopper, I'll be back. Some Arnold. Oh, so you're Spanish. So you just use the same excuse. Okay, this is only enemy spawn points in that tile, but the spawn point here, it has the enemy category, and do we have our dungeon settings here again? Oh yeah, it should be in dungeon info, right? Dungeon. Dungeon info settings. Ha, here it is. You're gonna get a random enemy. Get random enemy for category, and spawn point enemy category. Now let's move this somewhere else. Gonna keep it up with almost Bearded's comments and not using regions. Enemies is could we let me think about that. Maybe, well, this is just fine. Categories, actually, categories. How is this thing called again? No, enemy counts. Enemy counts. Find category. Is this kind of enemy category? Yeah, it's called enemy count. If enemy count no, then I'm gonna do this. Else we're gonna. Okay, there's no. Do we have injections here? Pineapple, so I'm not gonna try to pronounce this. Yeah, but it's hard to say for some people. Do we have injections here? I'm not sure. Let's hope so. Injections. So we're gonna inject a logger. And if I manage to type this correctly, we can do this. So it's Rarebyte common logger. Logger. Where it is? It's here. Enemy. No enemies for enemy category. Enemy category. Okay. Return enemy count. Get random enemy. I'm gonna make this a serialized field and private. Gonna add a bit more logic to that. Sapphire Soul Evil logger is available as a singleton static. It is a singleton, but this way. No, wait, it's actually. I could look it up now, but this is also done with injections. You can just. Basically, you can change that. You can just have it as a singleton or some special handling. And yeah, I still need to inject that. I mean, this is sometimes this feels like a little bit of an overkill to me as well. And there's something more we need here. Because we need to limit this to this count currently in use, and there's gotta be reset count, and reset count just sets currently in use to count. If count currently in use greater than 0, then we should return enemy category get. I think we have get random element somewhere in. Oh no, enemy category. Ooh, wait, what? This is just enemy count. Ah, damn it. Totally on the wrong foot. No. We just need... we need to count this here. And then find a random enemy from here. So that's completely bullshit. Well, it's getting a bit late, so I can actually just remove that, have it the way it was before. This is just fine. And enemy count. So this is the enemy count here. Well, we could count that inside enemy count. We could do that. So we could do that. We could say this is... I don't really like that. Dietmar, does a random make sense in this case? Well, the plan is to have a category, and inside the category there is a list of enemies that can be spawned that are assigned to that category, and for the moment this is gonna be a random selection, so it just selects one random enemy. Later on we could be more precise and have a weighting in there, so like a probability. But for now this is okay. I think I should Let's do this a little bit nicer. Naturally, the biggest threat in most cases, the nearest will be the first choice. What do you mean? The biggest threat in most cases, the nearest will be the first choice. To attack, okay. So actually this is just this is only the spawning. Like you have a level and there's certain spawn points in the game. I think what you're talking about is like are you talking about like a progression inside the level, that enemies that are weaker should be in like the first area and then it should get more difficult? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, we talked about this today, and actually what we then decided is, because we have these tiles designed, and we do use tiles that are that will only be used for the I don't know, the first or the entry of the level, or the first couple tiles. So there is a dependency between the tiles and at least the enemy category, because what we also want is to have them appear kind of natural to what the tile looks like. So for example, if you have a tile that is where there's like more open space, or enough space, for example one of those sand crawlers, then this should be reflected in the enemy category. And so for the moment we decided to go against this kind of global progression, but it's more like going for the tiles. We actually discussed this today. So this was, yeah, it was actually exactly about that. Okay. Sapphire Soul, yeah, car gone. Your car is gone? Or the one on your parking spot? So, okay. I'm happy. Guess which one? Your rusty old car is gone, and someone just brought you, I don't know, a Tesla and said, "This is for you. You're not gonna pay anything, but you need to take this car and crash it against the wall because we're gonna prove it that it's the safest car out there." No, I'm just kidding. Dietmar, depending on the environment, the behavior. What? Yeah, depending on the environment, there's different enemies where it makes sense. Think of animals and their natural areas where they would come from. Yo, Shock the Man! Welcome back. How's it going? Okay, get random enemy. Before we generate spawn points, we actually need to reset enemy counts here. Dungeon info settings, enemy reset enemy counts. Need more, absolutely, this is what I was talking about. Okay, great, then we're actually talking about the same thing! Awesome. I'll check them when I see Rainer streams before dreams. Rangerman is at it again. Yes, I am. Hell yeah. Ooh, there's a rating coming. Nice, Rock Knight Studios, welcome, 15 new viewers. With the unit tests rate. Oh no, I have no unit tests here. I am doomed. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Rarebite channel. Yes, another bite, Lilybite. Welcome. Thanks for following MobyLife and thanks for following Lilybite. Awesome. We must fight to the last line of code. Exactly. Marquee IOP, or however I should pronounce this. I have no idea, but thanks for the follow. Welcome, welcome, everyone. What clan bit needs more members? So, if you're new to Seeds of Soul, because I'm currently like implementing some very interesting stuff, and I say very interesting, although it looks so boring. But if you haven't heard about the game before, here's a short gameplay footage. Seeds of Soul is an action adventure with roguelike elements, and it features a multi-personality AI companion. You played this game 5 years? Yeah, sure. Yeah, ask BitLaw about the game. And after 5 questions, we will discuss whether we're talking about the same game. Lilybot, my cat is a multi-personality AI companion. Sometimes it is very kind, and some other times there's just paws with claws. All right. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. The working title is Seeds of Soul. It's a fun bit of trivia though. They once wanted to name it Cakes and Dates, so they have to go different directions due to copyright. Wah! Actually, Seeds of Soul is probably the final title. You know, it took us like half a year, or no, longer, a year to decide for this, to go for this title. Before that, we just called it, you see, like this, Shooter Playground. And although this is very descriptive for like starting out a project, not a very good title. So we discussed, and we discussed a lot, and a very long time, and we ended up with Seeds of Soul. 1 year, like 3. Yeah, it felt like 3 years. Like people were asking us every day, have you decided for title yet? And we said, no. Seek out me for all your information needs instead. Because BitLaw is the law. But wait. We are rare bytes, so although we are very rare, a byte is still 8 bits. Okay, now I obviously don't know anything about what I was doing actually. So I was actually working on enemy spawning. Eight times as rare as me. Yeah, exactly, BitLaw. You guys so rare. If you were a beef, you would say moo. I see someone is competing for the title of a pun master, and I say challenge accepted. Is this okay? Reset. That's better than mere puns. Ultra puns. That reminds me, I was just last week I was in Prague for the 4C conference, and I met a writer there, and he just made the best pun. He said, you know, I gave a talk about the 5 best things, how to write proper stories for a video game. The first rule will be, don't use a dull pencil. And you know why? Because there's no point in it. Unfollowed. No, I'll cut down a little bit on the puns. Because I've already made all the puns out there. Now it begins, right? You know, I could tell you probably 1,000 jokes about German sausages, but I tell you, those are the worst. Yeah, that really hurt. A magical farmer walked down the road until it turned into a field. Oh well, now it begins. You know, like getting out of this kind of match or thing is so hard. It's like, it's painstakingly difficult. Well, well. Well, thanks again for the raid, Rock Knight Studios. How's your game coming along? If you're still in the chat and have not left because of all those puns. Cephas, unfollowed, unsubscribed, divorced, and blocked. Well, well. Wait, divorced? Vidlaw, that's an old one. But still, a bit beefy, but... We should try creating new ones as we go. So enemy count, current counts less than enemy count, yes, then we can actually... So this is the enemy category? Okay. This is... So this is the enemy. Oh, I think I messed up here. Enemy manager. So need to check again. Enemy count, is it just the enemy category? The thing is... Bitlaw? Still good, but also... Know it already. But it's still good. A woman came in and asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her. I mean, that's a classic, right? But I think you're couplings from somewhere. You have a secret pun database. Is an Android phone actually a database? Okay, that was one for the Star Trek fans out there. It's not secret, you know about it. And now everyone knows because I told everyone. Oh no. So let's see if we can get something done here. Dungeon info settings. Is category, how do you call it? Category available? Hey yo, still hurt, yes. Only then we should spawn an enemy from that category. And the random enemy, actually we should increase increase category. Damn it, I can't really type anymore. It's just too late here. Spawn point. Wait, what enemy category? Here it is. And here as well. Okay. This is the shit from before. Okay. Is category available? We'll just check. And only if enemy count is not null. Return enemy count. Current count less than enemy count. Actual count. Return false. Okay, so that is that. Increase category count. I cannot type faster anymore, but I can type harder and smash the keyboard. Somehow like the later in the evening it is, the more I smash keys. Yeah, only if we have that category. Current count. Yes, they should be punished. But I should request more budget for keyboards in this project. But actually, with the keyboard I currently have, and I have the third one of those, it actually lasts like about 10 months or so, and then the first keys are gone. So now we need an enemy type, or no, we need an enemy from that. How is it called here? Spawnable enemies. Find me an enemy where the enemy category equals the spawn point enemy category. This should return a list of enemies. And then we should find the random enemy. Enemies get enemies. What's in there? Enemies get random element. And then spawn point enemy type is random enemy type. Okay, some error messages. No enemies. Enemies. Found for category spawn point. Enemy category. Move that. Okay. Reset is here. I'm just double checking. And here. So this is the case where there's actually too many enemies of that category already used. Too many enemy, or actually it's no, it's actually the enemy count is too small for what is needed in terms of what is there on the spawn points. How do I say that? No more of type allowed. Access category. Okay. Now let's get back to the game. Compile, maybe fix some compiler errors. I'm still drinking tea, by the way. Although, because my voice is kind of hurts a little bit today. It has been for the last couple days. And we only have a coffee counter here. And the number you see in the chat right now, this is the real deal. This is the number of coffees our coffee machine has made in the office so far. Okay. Said that already. Let's take a look at Enemy Manager. Desert Small Desert Mini Boss is there. Okay. We'll just go ahead and see what happens. Let us prepare for a Unity crash. Okay, it did not crash. But no more enemies of category Desert Small allowed. Yeah, because we only have dungeon settings. Only 10 of those. I think all the spawn points, it's got to be this category because we have not set it on the tiles yet. There are enemies in there. One of our, yeah, this the frog enemy, and there is there's another problem here. That means no enemy for type slime small registered, and I wonder if we should change that, because the frog enemy works in a way if you shoot at it and it takes a certain amount of damage, then it splits into two smaller versions of itself, and those are yeah, we use another prefab, another enemy type for that, and the way it is set up now is actually not so good. Because Enemy Manager would just define spawnable enemies like this. I think we should use enemy types here and still have a list of all the available enemies. Let's do that. Now that I actually started working again, the chat is so quiet. Back to the boring code. time to check some bytes. By the way, we have some nice items in our stream store if you're interested in. Like naming something in a game, or even retrieving a nice postcard. Check it out. Okay, Anime Manager. Where is... Okay, spawnable enemies. I'll call this enemy category. Oh, I should probably refactor this properly. Enemy category mapping. And then still have the list of character enemy. And what's wrong here? Oh, okay. Spawnable enemies. And we go back to enemy types. No. Enemy types. Is spawnable enemy types to dictionary. This should be the enemy type, and that should do the trick. Some magic here. Okay. All right. So let's go back. Drink tea while it compiles. What's the typical thing you would do while your code compiles? Alright, spawnable enemies. I'll lock this here, and enemy. Burst through drone, yes. Healer moving, homing shooter. Kamikaze, phase shifter, rusher, sandcrawler, no sandcrawler, probably not. Shield moving, shield static. Shooter, slime small. And then there's the trailer walker. Those two can be removed. And we forgot something, because here this should not be character, the character enemy, but where is it again? Enemy category mapping should map the enemy type. And here, random enemy. Enemies. Yeah, it's basically this. Okay, does it work now? Yeah, maybe. So, desert small. Maybe... simple shooter. And... what's the burster? And maybe Walker? Citrion, rank number 2. Now that's a lot of bites you got there. And desert. Open area, I don't know. Phase shifter. And mini boss. Shielder. I don't know. Only the cheating in Kobo is in front of you. Yeah, we should totally reset his score. Okay, that should be fine here. Let's see what happens if I now start the game. Okay. No more enemies of category desert small allowed. Okay. Which is fine, we just set it to 10 or something. And if they are now spawned. Yes, there is one. And there is another one. And there is another one, and I'm dead. Oh no! Oh no! Wait, what? What just happened? Toy Prank has 4K bytes. Rank number 12? Sub roulette all. Wait, what? 305,000 bytes gone! Damn, worked better last time. And Joey won? That's one way to get to the top 10, that's true. Holy moly. There is a lot of things going on here with the bytes and the gambling. Bad gambling. So... there's a cooldown on the roulette though, Joey. You can't do it all the time. Or apparently you can. What? Rigged. So, okay. So, let's see what happens if the game restarts. Let's see. Rank number 6. Soon back to the top 3. Oh well. Alright. Just go all in. Where are my enemies here? Oh, there are some enemies there. Alright. Ow. Okay. But there's no enemies. I'm just gonna get myself killed now. Ow. Ow. I'm dead. Okay. Shouldn't there be some enemies coming at us here? Okay, there's one. There's more. Ow. Ow. Okay, I'm dead. Somehow it seems that we did not regenerate that level. Why is the map not working, by the way? Wait, what? I mean smaller steps, but it's still 500 bytes. Top 5 already. This is rigged. Lee Texor. Top 5. Good night. What? Don't you want to go all the way to the top? So I think we're not respawning properly here. Alright, but this is, maybe this is something for the next session. I'm gonna add respawning broken. No regeneration of dungeon or level actually. Bug. Okay. So let's see. Hey Steve. Those are some great graphics. Well, thanks. I'll just check in my list here. But I think what I wanted to do tonight is actually done. Let's quickly check. We have spawn categories now. For every spawn category, we have a count. Content is defined globally on a list of enemy prefabs. Spawn points have a spawn category setting. Yes, we have not changed all the different titles, but that's something our game designer can take a look at. After the level has been generated for each spawn point category, an amount of spawn enemies spawned. Yes, spawn point is randomly picked from those. Yeah, so we're all done. Which means we could actually restart the game and do a quick test run. Let's do... I'll just make this bigger. No, not this one. This one. Yeah. And we'll play a little bit. And then I'm probably gonna end the stream. Ow. Bam. So our little AI helps me here. Need that health here. Space chicken. Okay. Let's move on. Ow. Whoa, okay. What is our AI doing here? Ow, ow. Okay, more ammo. The AI does not cannot attack the turret. Let's see if we can still destroy it. Yes, we can. And now we have found an unlocked terminal. And we now have the grunt and the anti-matter gun. Anti-matter gun was here before, and we now have a grunt module for our AI companion. Close combat module that stuns. Do more damage when hitting stunned. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. Keep that activated. Sometimes it's a little bit weird that the companion just decides just to go back. Range attack. Ow. Eat space chicken. Okay. I don't have ammo, which is not very good. I also think that we may want to rebalance this. Dietmar looks natural. Companion is thinking. Well, it's kind of a bit of this. Yeah, I don't know. It's very decisive. It's like, come back again first. No, where I'm going? No. Oh. Ow! I killed myself. No. Okay. All right. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on here. Of course. Yeah, the companion looks a bit nervous. That's right. Exactly. That's how it feels. Alright. I think I'm gonna end it here. Just let me quickly check if we can rate someone. But before that, let me say thank you for joining in today. If you haven't, please follow us here on Twitch, and we have also some more links you can check out. We also have a Discord where we hang out, and we invite you to join that Discord and hang out with us there, talk about games, Seeds of Soul, our other projects, or maybe your project, as we have a channel there where you can show your stuff and get feedback from us if you want to, if you're interested in that. And there's a couple more links you can check out. And of course, also we're on Twitter, we're active there. If you are interested in my kind of personal rants about game dev, here's my Twitter account. And yeah, well, let us find someone who's streaming game dev and begin a raid. So the way it works now on Twitch is apparently that we are all in the science and technology category, which means you're gonna find someone who's actually streaming game development with the tag. Well, what do you think? Should we? Oh, there is Leland Guang online. I think. Ooh, I think it's actually payback time because he raided us. I don't know, a week ago or something. And let's quickly check this stream and then maybe rate it. And there's an ad that we don't want to watch. Well, thanks for following. What bro that I can't pronounce that, but thanks, bro.
See how this thing sounds.
Is there? Okay, it's actually working on some. Should we rate Leland Kwang? Yes, I think we should. All right. So, where is? My raid command here. Alright, thanks again for joining in. We're gonna raid Leland now. Our next stream here on the Rarebyte channel and for Seeds of Soul is tomorrow at 8:30 Central European time. And yeah, we'll be happy to welcome you again if you're interested. And yeah, sup, have a nice evening as well. Thanks for joining in. And we're gonna raid Leland now, so just tell Leland that you came from the Rarebyte channel. And the raid should be on in a second.
Future base aggressive. Why does the mood have to be aggressive? I don't think this one was. Oh, they're always aggressive.
Alright, alright.
Emotive action.
Okay, ready for raid? Raid.